Now see what is tracking cookies. Okay, a cookie is a small amount of data generated by any website and then saved in web browser. This data is about your previous activity, user ID or password, etc. Okay, that means when you do any activity in internet using any web browser, that browser will collect small amount of data. Okay, that means such kind of data like your activities, what kind of searching you are doing, or your user ID or password. Okay, so those kind of information is stored into cookies. Okay, or those kind of information or amount of data is known as cookie. Okay, that means cookie is an amount of data that stored this kind of information like your user ID, password, or any kind of activity, that kind of what kind of search you are doing. Okay, or your searching history. Okay, these kind of things. Now, tracking cookies are special versions of cookies that record your data and report them back to remote locations to wherever the cookies designer wants your data to go. Okay, that means cookies stored information. Okay, when we search anything or when we do any activity using web browser. Okay, so tracking cookies are such kind of cookies that will store that kind of information about our personal data like user ID, password, okay, or any kind of information. Okay, they will collect this information, will be collected in the form of cookies, and then that information will be sent to the designer of the cookie, or report them back to the remote locations to wherever the cookies designer wants your data to go. Okay, so this is the kind of spyware. So generally cookies are used for good purposes, but tracking cookies are a special version of cookies that are used for bad purposes. Okay, now how we can prevent this kind of things, or what is the way of preventing spyware? First you have to install an antivirus program. Okay, and you have to install an anti-spyware program. Then always you have to keep them updated. That means you have to keep updated the antivirus program and the spyware program. Okay, then you have to run the scan program occasionally. Okay, to find if any files are infected or not. Okay, you have to enable a firewall. Firewall means a kind of filter. Okay, that filters data. Now you have to keep your Windows updated. You have to keep backup of your important files. Okay, you have to be very careful while you are browsing online. Okay, because some site contains viruses. Okay, or spyware. So you have to be very careful whenever you are browsing in the internet. Okay, and you have to be very careful while you are sharing any files. Okay, because sharing files is a quick way to be infected. Okay, because when you share something or receive some information from other computer, there is always a chance to get infected. Get infected your files or folders. Okay, or viruses can come in this way. Okay, so these are some way of preventing spyware. So you can understand what is cookies, what is tracking cookies, and how you can prevent this kind of spyware program. Okay.